Hi, so for this one, we're going to do something more serious. I'm trying to improve seriously, so I want to try out the SSC model. Let me show you what the SSC model is. So the SSC model is a model to use during the middle game, to find moves during the middle game. So it's based on scan, select, calculate. So in the scan step, you scan the board, structure, king safety, piece activity, pawn structure. And based on that, you will select two or more candidate moves. A good move is a move that attacks something, develops a piece, or defends something. Even better if they do multiple objectives at once. And then we select at least two moves based on the time control. So in a rapid game, I think it would be good to select two moves. In a blitz game, probably you won't have time for that. You might only select one move and calculate that. And if it's good enough, you go with that. And yeah, the third step is calculate. So for each candidate move, you calculate, and then at the end of calculation, you evaluate which is the best one. And as I've already said, there are the phases of the game. So first is the opening phase. The SSC is not the best here because in the opening you should play according to book. You should study your opening theory. But then the middle game, this is where the SSC applies because there can be new situations and unfamiliar situations. And then in the end game, again, special rules apply. So I think you can also use the SSC model there, but in the end game, some special rules apply. You have to have endgame knowledge. So that's the SSC model. My plan is now to try it out in a rapid game. I forgot to give credit where I got the SSC model from. So I got it from this guy, and it's DC Chess Academy. Okay, really excited to test out this SSC model. We found a rapid game and we're now in the opening phase. In the opening phase, I'm not using it yet because I'm supposed to know some opening book theory, which in this game I don't. So, but I think it's not a mistake to play this move and just develop the knight, develop the bishop, and castle. So when I've developed my queen as well, I think I'm supposed to go here. According to opening theory. Okay, now my opening theory ends and I have to apply the SSC model. So scanning, everything, kings are safe. Although white could start an attack on the king's side. Piece activity. Well, all my pieces are active. His pieces are not active, especially this bishop is not active. My queen isn't yet developed. So let's do some candidate moves. Attack, develop, defend. A good move attacks, develops, or defends. So my queen is undeveloped. So my first candidate move will be queen c7, and my second candidate move will be, so I want him to take the bishop, so I'm not taking his bishop. Is there any other? I think we could also play a waiting move like a6, but for now I will develop my queen. Okay, I forgot the calculate step, but I think we don't need to calculate here. It's quite interesting, the SSC model. It took me quite some time to apply the SSC model. Okay, so he moved the knight there. We do the same thing, nothing really has changed. So what is my plan? I think we also need a kind of plan in the middle game, not only do individual moves, but also work with a plan. So my plan is probably to attack on the queen side. So one candidate move is pawn b5. Let's also evaluate capturing the knight. Do I want to? Usually I don't want to take this knight because he will get an open f file and I don't want that, so I'm not going to take it. And instead I am going to... So the candidate move is b5 and also a5. And also rook b8. But let's start with this move. I'm calculating, I'm not seeing any danger. Still, I want him to take this to get an open e file. So let's let's do this move. SSC. So soon he will want to do something like, usually they will just develop their knight and soon they will attack on the king side. So he is currently attacking my pawn. So let's do some candidate moves. Candidate moves are, so and also pawn structure. I want him to take here. That would be my dream. So I shouldn't take here. Well, candidate moves. b4, rook fb1, 8, and rook ab8. I think I don't want... well, okay, let's do two candidate moves. We don't have time for everything. As you see, this is very complicated, the SSC model. Intuitively, I believe b4 immediately is the best because I don't want him to allow a3. So I'm going to do this immediately. Okay, we are down to 5 minutes compared to 9 minutes, but I think we are learning a lot with the SSC model. Interesting. Is he threatening anything? Yes. So for example, this is a move I haven't calculated. He is... Okay, now it gets kind of complicated. So I have to defend or move the knight or counterattack. So let's do some candidate moves. Well, protect my knight with the rook is one move. And let's do a second candidate move. What could be a second candidate move? Knight there, but this undevelops, this doesn't seem good. So I think this is the only sensible choice. So I don't even Okay, so let's calculate this. I move here, he takes. Wait, no, he can't take. I move here, he takes. I believe the resulting position will be fine for me, so let's do this. I should have probably calculated pawn takes. I forgot about that. If pawn takes, yeah, this could actually be a problem. Well, I mean, this could actually be a problem, yeah. If pawn takes, can I take the knight in between? Well, let's calculate it. He's going to take with the pawn. Okay, he moves back. Okay, so now let's do two candidate moves. First candidate move, we won't capture the knight. It would be takes. And second candidate move would be develop the rook. So I think, is it good to take? Is there any other candidate move? Maybe a5. So let's calculate both takes, and he has that. I get an open file, which could be good. And now let's calculate a5. So if I play a5, he will probably play g4. Well, if he plays g4, I have many options, taking. So I can't calculate. I don't even have the time to apply the SSC model in a rapid game. So let's just I don't know, take. I don't even have time to apply the SSC model in a rapid game. That's my first lesson that I learned. Okay, I think what would be good, bring the rook to the open file, and second candidate move. I'm not going to take still. Yeah, let's develop the rook because we need. Okay, and if he pushes, I don't have yet a clear attack here. Okay. So his pieces are very inactive actually, but I cannot. Okay, let's see if we can attack. I think I like this to attack there. So first candidate move and second candidate move would be to develop my knight. No, this wouldn't be good. So let's do this. So I'm down to 2 minutes. I'm down to 2 minutes. So I should have calculated this, but I already don't have time with the SSC model. So maybe next time I should play a 30-minute game. So now he has to do something about this pawn. He cannot protect it like that. I think his best bet is to push it. Yeah, his only choice is to push it really. I have to recapture, or let's calculate. No, not so fast. If I do this, this rook will be hanging. He always has a check here, but I can take. He cannot give another check, but if I take like that, this pawn will be loose. But I think this might be a good in-between move. I don't have time to calculate it, but maybe, yeah, I don't have time to calculate it. Well, if he moves there, well, he can also, no, he can't. So, yeah, this is already crazy, but 10 minutes is much too short for the SSC model. I can tell you that already. Maybe we would have to apply a reduced SSC model, but maybe the SSC model only applies to classical games. So if he takes like that, I probably recapture with the pawn because I don't want to lose this pawn. So that's what I will do. So he cannot really do that. So currently 2 of his pieces are hanging and I would... Okay, he protects his rook. Now I think we can immediately recapture. We have to recapture, otherwise we lose. Wait, not so fast. We also have this option. I think this option might be good because this is still protected. His rook is still hanging. Yeah, let's do it. His rook is still hanging. That's why you should... Okay, let's recapture this. But now we might have a problem. Well, he can only develop his bishop there. And I got an extra pawn at the moment. But I'm down on time a lot. Is it worth it to do this? I don't think so. I have to defend. So how do I defend? I think this one. And now he has to retreat. Now I have to abandon the SSC model because I only have 47 seconds and yeah. So let's see what we can still do. So where is he going? Well, he can only go there. Oh, why is he doing that? I don't know. Because he will attack my rook, okay, but what else? Okay, because this knight might be hanging, but this bishop will be hanging as well. So where should I go? He's doing that first, so let's recapture. Oh, he tries to trap my queen, so let's do this one. Attack his queen in return. So if he moves away, I can recapture his thing here, and also this one will be hanging. So let's see what he's doing. Currently I'm up a whole rook, so he has to protect the... okay, he's going for it. Let's see, his rook is hanging with check, so okay, let's apply a check and another and we have to protect here, so let's protect that. He's probably going to attack my bishop, so this is gonna get complicated. Can I allow to capture this pawn is the question. Yes, I can, but the problem is I only have 25 seconds left. My position looks really great at the moment. No, I mean, not really great, but okay, I think I can go for that because this check is... Oh, no, actually, yeah, I didn't see that move. Okay. Well, I lost due to time, so it would have been great actually, but well, I didn't lose yet, but soon I will lose because he can do that and I cannot defend it because my queen is blocked off. So yeah. So it was still a good game, but not enough time for the SSC model here. So I have next time to play a longer time control. So now we will do two things. We will do an analysis of the game and also we will do... I give you my opinion on the SSC model. So let's first start with the opinion on the SSC model. So I really like it. I think I played a really good game, a really great game, but 10 minutes is definitely much too... not enough time to apply the SSC model, even with 2 candidate moves. So I will play 15 minutes with increment 10 seconds probably for the next game. But so far I really like the SSC model and I think it's a great way to develop. Okay, now let's move on to the final segment, which is the analysis. Right, welcome to the analysis part of this video. What's the goal here? Well, the goal here is to see if I made any big blunders, if I missed anything, and also what I could improve in terms of strategy-wise in my next game. So let's start the analysis. Here you can see the graph. So I had a small advantage the entire game. Then it was roughly equal, and then it seems I blundered due to time pressure. So let's analyze. Okay. How should we do this? Let's start the review. And let's turn on. Okay, let's go move by move. So this is opening theory. I was just developing my knight and my bishop. This is what I remember. And pawn e6 was my plan. That's the extent of my opening prep here. And also generally c5 and knight to c6, queen to c7, bishop d6. That's generally in this position my opening. And then the idea is to attack on the queen side, and he probably attacks on the king side. That's what I know about this position. So I'm doing what I just explained. We are still in the opening phase, so we don't have to analyze anything. Actually, you see I have 1.2 advantage already, so I played a good opening. And this was also the best move, because I would like him to trade my bishop, because I get an open e file, so he can never trade the bishop. And he has also to protect it, so either via queen e2 or like he did moving back, which looks a bit passive. So let's continue on. I was just developing my queen. Would also be interesting for me to see other candidate moves here. And let's see what the engine is suggesting. The engine is suggesting to take, which is surprising. a5 and taking the bishop. Well, that makes no sense. And I think following my plan, launching on the queen side, we see with a5 is at least one theme, so we don't need to understand more themes if we have already one working one. So let's move on. We played this move. He goes there. We don't want to capture the knight. Okay, another theme would be to reroute the knight. Another idea via e7. But as I said, so far we are following our approach. But this is a mistake according to the engine, because of e4. But this goes way beyond my comprehension. my chess comprehension, to be honest. Oh, so what? I mean, why is this a problem? I'm going to recapture with the pawn. He's going to recapture knight, bishop, bishop, knight, queen. And then we get this resulting position. He's attacking my knight, so why can't I just... why is this a problem? So what if I play rook fc8? Okay, it's still equal, so this is not an issue. Okay, so let's go back to... because I don't think they generally play this move here, and I also don't see the point really. So I think this was fine. Then he tried to activate the queen, was attacking my pawn. I pushed it, which is a good move, so I'm satisfied with that. But I wasn't calculating queen b5, but okay, he missed. He had a miss. But still, it's equal. I don't think we need to analyze here. So, but he went here. Still rerouting the knight. I was considering that, but this looked too passive. So taking the bishop is a candidate move and capturing immediately. So my move was developing the rook and protecting the knight at the same time, according to the SSC model. I mean, it's still a fine move. We still have minus 0.6. He went back, which is kind of a wasted move. And now I have again 3 good moves. a5, capturing. Really, I don't get why I should capture the bishop. Why? Because isn't it good for me if he lets me get an open e-file? I'm sure it is. So let's consider it. I play a5, he captures, I recapture, and yeah, it didn't change anything in the evaluation, still minus 1.5. So I don't know why the engine suggests to take the bishop. But yeah, so what are the candidate moves here? Capturing like this. Well, I don't understand this. Because I want him to take here, so why should I take like that first and allow him to close the center, and then I have no attack? So this engine move makes no sense to me. a5 makes sense because we continue the attack on the queen side, and yeah, the bishop move also doesn't make sense. So what did I play? I captured immediately, which was an okay move. He recaptured, and now I activated my rook, which was a mistake according to the engine, but I think it can't hurt to activate my rook. So, because what's my rook doing on the A file? It's just protecting the pawn, but it's much more active on the open file, so I like this move. He played h3, probably preparing the move g4. So now, yes. Oh, okay. Now I understand why it would be good to capture the bishop, because he will get very passive. After capturing, his knight will be on the back rank, and my pieces are much more active than his pieces. So I understand this. My other candidate move was queen to a5 to attack his hanging pawn, which I also like, and is also according to the SSC model, because this one attacks and develops the queen further. So I like this, but actually it reduces my advantage by an entire point. But still I'm satisfied with this move. So now he captured. Which was the best move? Yeah, I get it, because what we just said, the knight would be very passive. Okay, but oh, so now it's interesting, because I could of course just recapture, but I thought this is clever because I'm winning a pawn, an extra pawn. But apparently it reduces my advantage by another point if I do this. And let's evaluate why. So if I recapture immediately, it's just 1.5 still. Why? Because I get this open file, I can protect my pawn via g6. So let's look a few moves into the future to get an understanding of this position. Yeah, he has still to protect this pawn somehow, and there's no good way of protecting it. So let's say he tries queen d3. Then I could play this. Let's say he plays queen c2. Okay, now yeah, we have to get into positional understanding, because his queen is very passive defending a pawn, while my queen is extremely active. Also preventing the bishop here from developing. He has pressure when he develops that way. So that's why this move is good. Rerouting the knight, yeah. Now actually, this was a theme for quite some time. I mean, an idea for quite some time. Because right now, his knight is extremely strong. I cannot take it, but he is exerting pressure here. So I have to keep it defended. But when I'm doing this move, my rook becomes free to do something else. And my knight also can get active by going there, for example, and defending on the king's side and going to h4. So I understand now better why this move is good, because I can't take the knight. I don't want to take the knight anyway, but he might take as soon as this knight is undefended, and the knight was blocked by his pawns, so I understand this move. So, but instead I went for this in-between move, and apparently this is, I thought if you found a good move, look for something better. And I thought this is better, but apparently, and this is not better. And I also was in trouble because I see it now. If I now take this, he can do this. I have to capture. And now my queen gets close to being trapped. Like that, I have to move there. And he is going to... Oh, I mean... Wait, what do I even do when he does that? Well... Okay, I have to go like this. And then I get... I mean... Yeah, it's complicated. But I found this move because then the rook is still hanging, his bishop is still hanging. So he captured it, I'm capturing the rook. And now he has to retreat this bishop somewhere. He did this in between move. I played the best move again, pinning his bishop, attacking his pawn. But now he has to retreat. Okay, he defended it. Okay, I had this move, which makes a lot of sense because, yeah, this would be lights out, but due to time pressure, I didn't see this move. Instead, I just captured, and now it was 0-0, the evaluation, because, okay, again, he apparently blundered, minus 3.14. Why? Let's pause the video and try to find it. Well, the evaluation is here, so just joking, but because of c4, c4 is apparently lights out, because his knight is hanging, okay, but what if he moves back? Why is it bad for him? I take the queen, the pawn. Why? Okay, he captures, I capture, and I have this pawn, but it's protected, but what would be his move? Let's say this one, and I'm attacking. He goes, let's say, there, he can't go, and there I'm taking, and yeah, he cannot stop the pawn. So this is something, but then I would have to calculate, which the SSC model is good for. But I would also have to find this candidate move. So my first candidate move would be, of course, to recapture. My second candidate move would be to recapture like that, maybe. But this one would be way over my head, this candidate move. So in the game I played rook captures, he played this one. Yeah, this one I didn't see coming. Okay, actually, if I'm considering this, which I didn't see during the game, this starts to make more sense, because now I get to play this move. Now I get to play this move, and now it makes much more sense. So I didn't see this move during the game. But let's see how the game continued, because I only had 41 seconds left due to the SSC model. So he attacked my queen, and I found the best move, which I'm proud of actually, that I found it with only 40 seconds. He played the best move as well. Well, any other move would be atrocious for him. For example, if he tried to protect his bishop still, I mean, it looks good for him, right? Because my queen is still... No, it's not trapped. I can just go there now. So what happens if I just take the pawn? I still have a massive advantage. Even though the material... Okay, no, because I have an extra piece. So he had to take here. I had to take here. And he played this move. I was still 1.8. I still had a 1.7 advantage. But I had to make room for my king and give up the bishop, it seems. Because... What did I play during the game? Well, I played a check and then I tried to protect my bishop, but apparently this is not working. But you need a lot of understanding in the game to see that you cannot protect the bishop. Instead you play h6, because the idea is that this pawn will be strong. I have two passers actually. Connected passer, he has one passer, but my passed pawn is very far ahead. And that's the thing. I'm threatening this check. This check next and this. So let's see if you... Let's play some intuitive moves like I would play for white if I was just playing myself. I would start probably with this move because I'm threatening checkmate. And now let's consider that he has to... Yeah, I would move like that. Oh, now I see why it's good for me, because no matter where he moves, I can win this pawn with a check. He has to move back again. And okay, I'm moving up. Let's say he wants to threaten checkmate. I can protect via, let's say... Oh, why is this bad? Because you can capture the knight. Simple tactics. Okay, so but I can protect like this, and now he needs to do something about that pawn. So let's say he goes there maybe with the rook. And I can blockade, and he's still... Okay, now I see it. I can just walk past it and I will be much quicker than him. So that's basically what you have to see up front when you're in this position. When you're in this position, you have to see up front that you are going to have this very strong passer, and that his king will be weak. But you have to see that this is bad, because let's say he attacks it immediately like this. I mean, I would play this probably, because I would try to protect my bishop, which is probably a mistake, because now he can just go there. And anyway, this wouldn't help me. So I would have to see somehow that no matter what, it's not possible to protect my bishop. So, but let's say I even played that. I would have to play h6. And when now he would still attack it probably on this level. So I have to, yeah, I don't have to step away right now. I can take the pawn, same idea. He's taking, and now he's probably taking there. I'm doing this again. This, and starting with protecting first. And now, yeah, maybe he pushes, I can push. He tries to stop it maybe, and I can, well, I can, what's the fastest knockout here? Maybe this. Yeah, now it's over. Okay, okay, I still cannot, I can do this. He cannot take, so he has to, I mean, he's going to lose the rook. Yeah, okay. So that's it for the analysis. I think it was very instructive. Let's go to the outro scene. I think it was very instructive. Tell me any feedback. But I think we next time will do 15 minutes plus 10 minutes increment, which will be more appropriate for the SSC method. Thanks for watching.